Hello, and welcome to part 2 slash, it's not actually a new part, I'm just gonna make this a new video of me testing out slash being tested out against the new buffed units. So far, so good. Things have been pretty fun so far. Another Jacko match, but it's just boring. It's just Jacko. Here I went a little bit more. Actually, I don't think this one was very interesting either. Sharoon didn't do anything. They just killed. They just tried to kill Rimuru. Rimuru didn't die, and then, you know, typical Cleave stuff. This one was fun. This was an Abby and Sharoon versus the Little Queen Charlotte. And Abby's still very good into Rylet. Will I remember to hit the button so that the little HUD doesn't show up? I sure did. And LQC has more attack than Rylet, which is great because she got the curse. And I'm just going to go ahead and go straight into Rylet. Dilibet, I'm just going to S3 here because the Rylet is going next. And he doesn't have evasion, so I might as well try to do as much damage against him as possible. Arwell, I could have gone into the Rylet to kill him, but I did accidentally make Mr. A. Tywin very angry. So I'm just going to stun him so that he can't full debuff my team. Because now he has choices. He can either push up Rylet to try and save him. He can push up LQC, try and save her, or he can cleanse A. Tywin. He did not go for the cleanse A. Tywin route, which is great for me. Sharoon counters the Rylet and just S3s to put some damage out on everyone. Abby's going to go into the Rylet, kill him because he did not have a lot of HP left, which is great. And now LQC is the target. Crozet has a 100% chance to stun. My Sharoon doesn't have ER. She's all effectiveness. But if you look, LQC has 2 turns until she can do her S3. So my Dilibet is incredibly safe. She does get immunity from the from her S1, but I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. So in the case that Sharoon gets to S1 again into the LQC, she'll just reset the cooldown again or increase it by 1. So A. Tywin, gonna go ahead, rip his S3 into everybody, but he's not enraged, so I'm not super scared of it. He does defense break my Sharoon, but with mitigation and everything, I'm not very scared. She's also on Water's Origin, and Abby will cycle out of stun really quick. Plus, the only person that LQC will really hit and care about is Dilibet, who is very much protected by Abigail. So I'm not worried about her at all. She's gonna Crozet gonna go ahead, soul burn into the Dilibet, stunner. That's fine. Not particularly cared. Dilibet cycles so fast, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna go ahead and S3 into the T Crozet to do a little bit of curse damage to LQC. LQC still has another turn before she can S3. So I'm just going to keep going into the Crozet, try to get rid of him so I can just Sharoon. So with 13 stacks, or however many stacks it was, into a defense broken Sharoon, only did 8k. Not scared at all. Sharoon has her S3 again, gonna go ahead and get stunned again because that is all Crozet knows how to do. But he is being willed down because he is on Bastion of Hope. I know he won't be coming back with Holy Sack. And A. Tywin has already S3'd, so I'm not afraid of his rage. And now I'm just going to push everybody up with Abby getting a 100% chance to do Might. And then Dilibet has cycled, and she has a crit damage buff. So I'm going to do big damage into everybody. And now they just give up because, boy, they just could not get. I was about to say they could not get off with Little Queen Charlotte, but it's slightly inappropriate. They could not get LQC to do her S3 because I just kept resetting her cooldowns, which, whee! Let's see, what else? This is an LQC game, but it is also a Wanda game, which we have not seen in a while. Everybody loves Wanda. I think they thought that Wanda doesn't start in stealth because they picked last piece Corinne. They're going to, well, the only people that they can really S2 into are Little Queen Charlotte and Arwell. Not going to care about the damage. LQC lives. I'm going to go ahead and stun this Assassin Cartuja because I have a 100% chance to hit him with Wanda. He has the same weaknesses that Rylet and Milim and Aiden have. So do be wary of that if you're going to pick up Assassin Cartuja. I probably should have S3'd into the Assassin Cartuja just to get rid of his miss. I think he still has if you hit him with the first time. It doesn't matter. However, I do not crit 99%, by the way, on the Ruel, which is highly unfortunate. Both of these, Ruel and Destina, are on Idol's Cheer. So Karina, gonna keep going. So I have 10 stacks of Hellcutter. Gonna go into the Assassin Cartuja. Miss, unfortunately. But it still does 8.5k on a miss, which isn't bad. This is really gonna turn into a Stene game real quick. They go into my Arwell. They do not get the stun, but they do get the defense break, which is arguably worse. I'm going to go ahead and try to stun the Cartuja. I think I miss. I don't quite remember. I did miss. The Assassin Cartuja is also on Snow Crystal, which is hyper annoying. But, I mean, people are just testing out different artifacts on him. I've seen Durandal, I've seen Snow Crystal, typical stuff like that because he is a warrior. They decide to get rid of LQC, which is fine. I still have Wanda and Stene. Stene needs to get a little bit lucky, hits the Corinne, which is phenomenal. But I then go into these two, do some good damage on them. It all evens out, it evens out. I hit the Corinne. They constantly get missed because of Assassin Cartuja's 15-20% AoE evasion rate, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It's just annoying. So they're going to go ahead and go into Wanda, I think, and Wanda resists because, 15%. And then Ruel going to S3, bring back the Corinne. Just boring. I'm just going to go ahead and skip this because LQC is dead at this point. So it's not very exciting. Destina going to push up the Corinne. Corinne going to do her thing. She's going to kill Wanda, and then Stene going to get lucky, kill the Ruel and the Corinne again. Stene proving her worth. Provokes the Arwell, blah, 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 kill the Destina, and now it's, can I kill a Cartuja with Stene? And the answer ends up being, yes, it does. I can. I did. I won. LQC, so it wasn't the best LQC showcase, but she was there. She was there. That is that fight. This is Sharoon and Celine. Let's see. Yeah, that one's just another boring Jackal fight. So let's watch this one, and then I think I have one more after this. Zahak goes first. I'm going to push up the... I don't remember who I push up. I think I push up the Celine. Yeah, I push up the Celine. And then I'm just going to go ahead and kill Aiden because she's there and she's a pain in the ass, so why not? Now, with Celine, of course, the Wanda can stun me. That's fine. I have Dilibet. I'm not very scared of being stunned. Plus, the amount of debuffs that they get on, I get the stun and the speed down and the target, and A-Tywin's going to go try to get damage on the Celine. But that's fine. I'm going to S3 with Dilibet, cleanse the speed, stun, and the target. And AOL doing her S2 also allows my Celine to get further up in the CR bar. So now the game just becomes kill Wanda, because without Wanda, they have no damage, and I can just take over the game. And I think after this, they just quit. Do they quit? Because I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh, I think at this point they left. They disconnected. Yeah, and then it just ends. So kind of Sharoon, kind of Celine, mostly Celine, but it is a really good representation of what they can do now. And then this again, it's just Jacko. She dies. Like, if you really want to see Jacko die, this one though, was a fight. They had full tank down, and I have injury. I have DDR. I forgot to hit the button again. I'm so bad at my job. Hey. I'm just gonna S1 with DJB, because there's no point in giving everybody immunity if the Sharoon's just gonna press the funny S3 button and put everybody to sleep anyway, and strip the immunity. So DJB needs to keep his S3 available. Destina also doesn't need to really do anything, so she's just gonna go into DJB, because he's a problem at the moment. Shuna gonna hit her funny S3 button, because that is the only thing people use her for. Puts everybody to sleep. That's perfectly fine by me. Their Bellion is gonna go. Very ballsy. I don't know why they chose this. They decided to try to S3 to the DJB. But unless that Arwell has like 100 or 200 effectiveness, that's not gonna happen. So DJB just got a free S2, which is wonderful. There is injury on everybody, so I know that the Bellion is injury, so I know it's safe to go into her. So that is what I am going to do. I'm just going to go into the Bellion without fear of repercussions. Give everybody immunity, because everybody has already pressed their funny buttons. Sharoon gave immunity to Millum, but then, DJB gave immunity to everybody, so what are you going to do? Gonna S3 into the Bellion, because she is the only source of damage on their team. DDR gonna do DDR things, push everybody up, give everybody effectiveness. Sharoon has not taken a turn yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and S3 with her, summon the giant snake, spit acid all over their faces, and debuff everyone but Destina, which is better than I assumed. With the effectiveness buff, I think she has 180 effectiveness, I believe. So not debuffing the Destina is par for the course. I wasn't really expecting her to, but debuffing the Bellion is very important. At this point, I don't know if they had left or if they just ran out of time trying to decide. But they cleanse everything with Destina, and then time runs out, and they cleanse everything with Shuna, which is a play. I think they ran out of time. I don't know what decision they needed to make, though, because you either hit her S2 or her S1, and there's no reason to hit the S2. So, I mean, they made their decision very quickly with Bellion, so I don't know what they were confused about with Sharoon. I wish I'd gotten the sleep with DDR, but Sharoon and DDR are both on counter, which is funny to me. And Millum is just sitting there being a problem. She also could counter if she so wanted to, but she doesn't. Gonna go ahead, put the Bellion to sleep, get a Venom on her. I probably could have gone into her as well with this. Milim decides that she doesn't want to counter, but she does want a dual attack with my Sharoon, which I will take every day, all day. So thank you, Milim, for doing something useful. And now they they have to kind of try to strip the evasion on Milim, but she has so many buffs. I don't even know if they'd be able to strip the evasion itself. She has 7 buffs on her. Go into the Destina because I don't want to wake the Bellion quite yet. Even though the Destina has an S2 to be able to wake the Destina, but the Destina does not, or the Bellion does not have Soul Burn for the S2, so I just have to hope that she doesn't S2. And she doesn't, so we're safe. We're in there. They're still going into DDR. They did not check the turn order because they immediately slammed S3 into DDR, but hey, guess who has S2 again? I'll give you a hint. It's DJB. And so I just do that, do a good chunk of damage to everybody, push everybody up with immunity again. And now Sharoon, I think, has her S3 again. No, she's 1 turn off. I'm just going to keep going into the Bellion, but Milim, again, doesn't want to attack during counters. She just wants to attack during other people's turns. So I think the opponent probably thought that I was like a Unity set Milim, which would be funny and pretty fun, but very much no. DDR does his S3, not enough to debuff anybody or any of the Soul Weavers, which is fine. It does sleep the Holy Sack Arwell, but just going to go into Destina, get rid of her, and they end up calling the match there. I think there were some losses as well, obviously there were losses in this. This one, Arunka, I forgot that Sharoon gives a barrier on her S2 as well, so she gave my DJB a barrier, and then Arunka just ate my DJB. And then the A Ravi just did not want to get reset by Sharoon. She was getting debuffed like crazy, but all of the turn resets just weren't landing. So that was pretty funny. This one, I just died. This one, oh my good golly goodness, this one. So many things had to go right for this person. So I'm gonna Zahak. I can't go into the Rylet because Abby is there as protection, so I'm gonna have to go into Abby. Push up the Arwell or the Arya to start getting her in the mode. So they have to make a decision. Do they get rid of the buffs on Zahak, or do they injure somebody else, or do they just S1? They just S1, and boy, they sure hit that 35% chance, push everybody above my Arya, and then start to steamroll, because that 35% chance proc, boy, it mattered so much. So I still kind of have to go into the Abigail with Karina. Obviously, I can't get a defense break, do an amount of damage to everybody else. But why? And then the maid Chloe just decides to stun, which pushes the Rylet above my Arya as well. So, okay. So Arya is dead, but that's fine. I still have Stene. And Stene can try to kill the Abigail. I know she can come back with Maid Chloe, but that is fine. I'm willing to take that risk. Again, I don't know why I can find all of the Aureus LRKs, but I just find all of the Aureus LRKs. Abby doesn't get the strip on Zahak, which is fine with me. LRK gonna go into him. I'm gonna go ahead, get rid of the Abby, punch her down. Now the maid Chloe can either attempt to stun my Zahak again, or S3. Tries to stun the Zahak. Does not. This kills the Zahak, which is very unfortunate. But I have Stene. And Stene, she would have been able to kill the Maid Chloe if this wasn't a freaking Aureus LRK. But what are you going to do? It does end up going into LRK and Maid Chloe both times. LRK doesn't have enough for his S3. So what are you going to do? I'm going to go ahead, try to do some damage to the Maid Chloe. Don't get enough to kill. They're priced into S3ing. And then the Abigail is back. The Riolet is back. He's just going to S1 into Karina. Abby, again, going to go ahead, hit the, what's-her-face? I don't remember anybody's names. There's so many names in this game. Oh, Karina. I'm going to go ahead, kill Abby, because I want her to. End up killing Maid Chloe as well. The LRK going into the Karina. Oh no, the Maid Chloe, but I have my S3 available with Karina. It's an effectiveness Maid Chloe. It's an effectiveness Maid Chloe, who also dual attacked with Riolet. So, whee! My Karina has 136 effectiveness, or effect resistance, so that Maid Chloe needed to have at least 50 effectiveness or more. Probably more, or else it's just a hyper low chance that I would get stunned there. But I did, and not only did I get stunned, I got dual attacked as well. At that point, I had lost. It's just really the insult to injury. Like, they had to get the 35% chance with Abby's S1. They had to have so many things go right. They had to get the push with the stun on the Zahak. Everything was just going well for my opponent, which, I mean, congratulations. It's great. It was a good fight. I wish that I had gotten a smidgen of luck at all, but what are you going to do? Sometimes the game is just like that. I have hair in my mouth, and it makes talking very difficult. And now my mouth is very dry because I've been talking for like 45 minutes straight because I did the other video right before this, and now you're going to have to listen to me complain. Not necessarily complain, but bitch, I guess, about how my mouth... I didn't bring water. I should hydrate. Don't forget to drink water and eat food. Take your medicine. Pet your cat. Eat your teeth. Lick your dog. Brush your frog.